How to make stupid money running a halal AI agency. It's how I've done it for my client case who closed a 20K deal, for Hassan who closed his first four-figure deal running an AI web design agency, and Elmi, a 17-year-old brother from Australia, closing his first client for his AI consulting company. So to start off, how we're going to break this down is in 6 stages. In stage 1, there's attraction offer. In stage 2, finding the leads online. Stage 2.5, capturing their details. Stage 3, nurturing and closing the leads. Stage 4, onboarding and fulfillment. And then stage 5 and 6 are paid ads and cross sells, upsells, and downsells. So let's get started. So there's 3 ways to start your business and to be able to apply and sell these AI systems. Number 1 is being a service provider. Number 2 is being an agency. And number 3 is owning a consulting company. So for a service provider, usually just a one guy, right? You're a one-man team. An agency means a business is going to you to provide the services, and consulting means you're teaching someone on how to implement these AI systems. So with an agency, you don't have to be good at teaching others, just be good at what you do. With consulting, you have to be good at what you do and be good at teaching people, right? So with consulting, bro, it's so much harder than running an agency. You have to be a leader with your students. You have to learn at the same time as you're making money, and you have to delegate, as delegation is a skill that a lot of people don't have. So you need to run a good offer, be good at marketing, and be good at teaching others. How you can get good at marketing is through your personal brand on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, and then you can run a coaching program. So the 3-step process is learning, implementing, and then teaching others. Done for you is doing it for service businesses slash agencies slash consultants, and then teaching others is done with you. So that's coaching agencies slash consultants. So in stage 1, attraction offer, we're going to go over the winning offer, the offer that won. Okay. So the 3 steps to a winning offer: it must complete the gap, it must have a unique mechanism, it must be an irresistible offer, so you have a tangible thing, and it must have risk reversal. So with completing the gap, imagine this now. If I order an Uber to the masjid and the Uber driver drops me halfway to the masjid, am I going to be happy? No, I'm not going to be happy. I want him to drop me at the masjid. So you need to complete the gap. What is it that they want? Do they want more time, more money, more clients? What is it? Right? So for example, this is a winning offer: 10 new clients in 90 days, or you don't pay. And then you have your unique mechanism. The most sought after skill in the world right now is AI systems slash second brains specifically. Why? Because it replaces jobs within people's companies, or makes them even better or even more efficient, and it cuts down the time and the cost. And how we package this attraction offer is into 4 parts: deliverables, bonus, and guarantees, and special guarantees. With special guarantees, these are guarantees that you run on special events. For example, win your money back guarantee, there's conditional guarantee, there's service guarantee. A service guarantee is like, for example, at any point you feel like it's not for you, you can ask for your money back. There's also the referral scheme. You can also have, within your attraction offer, you can also have upsells. For example, if you run an AI consulting company, you could have a founder access lane, 2 times 30-minute feedback on content and sales weekly. And they also get a bonus, for example, installing the right script, short form and long form command, right? For example, giving them the exact commands that you run for your content system. What I would usually do with this is a time-bound sprint, because with a time-bound sprint, people are pushed into taking action quick, right? To actually making use of what you have. An attraction offer is meant to be upsold onto the core offer, which I'll go over later. This is the first thing that you sell. This is the front end offer, and it should not take too long. It should not be like a 6 months or a year thing. It should be 8 weeks, 4 weeks. It should not be longer than 3 months, because after 3 months, they're going to face the next problem, which is your upsell. So now you've created your attraction offer, right? For example, rolling 6-week group call AI training, weekly feedback, you have your guarantees, you have your bonuses, and then you have your special guarantees. Now it's about finding people that wants to invest into your attraction offer. Okay, so for you to be okay, and for you to go from being okay to being an expert, you need to personalize it to your own offer. Create your offer based on your expertise and your testimonials. For example, creating a successful custom AI system can target people who want to learn about AI, business to consumer, can target AI agencies slash coaches who wants to use AI, who wants to improve. Okay, so in stage 2, finding leads online and getting people to be interested in what you're offering. There's multiple ways. There's long form organic content, there's short form organic content, there's paid ads, and there's warm outreach. With long form organic content, It's literally just YouTube. But with Instagram, what you want to do is run a profile funnel. So with profile funnels, it's quite easy. You have your highlights, your values, your client testimonials. A lot of people love to put like loads and loads of client. Bro, who watches that? You only need a one highlight that says start here, and then fill that out with client testimonials and a actual journey. It's showing people the actual journey your clients took to get from not profitable to being profitable. And then with your links, you want to lead them to your YouTube or to your lead magnet. A lot of people like to put client testimonials here, but the industry is getting bored of that. We are in a trust recession, so the way you generate trust is through your values. So now you have your pinned posts, who you are, your history, and your unique mechanism. My pinned posts have now changed because I've gotten a lot more followers since like I've taken a screenshot of this. It's now this because I have more authority, because I already have growth. It's all about showing authority and authenticity. Depending on how many followers you have, your content goals are going to be different. Here is getting people to understand who I am, my journey, and getting people to like me and actually follow me outside of business. Because instead of trying to sell straight away, you want to get people to like you first and trust you for your values. Okay. So that's why my pin posts are now different to this Miro board. In stage 2.5, you need to get people's details, right? Find a way to contact them. There's multiple ways. There's instant forms. So you're on paid ads or you have a link in your bio if they want this free thing, right? Have an incentive. Always have an incentive to sign up or they won't. Or you can run an AI webinar. AI webinars are cool because I ran an AI webinar and I closed 3 clients straight from my first ever AI webinar. Okay. My lead magnet is this. Sign-ups get the core skeleton of my full vault. So you can run an AI second brain straight away just by connecting it to Claude. But obviously people in the core offer have my full 72 commands. Okay, so you want to have your lead magnet solve the problem right before. So with your lead magnet, you need to solve one step of a multi-step problem. For my clients, for the people that are interested in signing up with me, I give them the second brain. Why? Because now they can make money from it. They can connect it to their Claude. They can start making AI systems and start selling it, right? But the next thing is the actual command phase. There's going to be such a long learning curve with reprompting and prompting Claude. There's going to be a long learning curve with running the right commands, running the right content commands, sales commands, onboarding commands. But obviously, I just give it straight to them. With instant forms, you can get people to your landing page, okay? And then after that, so the prerequisites to stage 3, you need to understand the new way of selling, okay? So what we use is the NEPQ methodology, the neuro-emotional persuasion questioning. This contrasts the modern prospect-led approach with outdated manipulative selling tactics. Rather than pushing a pitch, NEPQ guides the buyer to uncover their own pain points and persuade themselves their situation needs immediate change. For example, this is Andreas Contreras. He's getting taught by Jeremy Miner. This is video right here. 2 years ago? Yeah, from 2 years ago. He's making 500K a month at 18. There's also Johnny Mao, for example.
What's that? 25 minus 6, so you're losing. Do you got a calculator on your phone? 25 minus. You're making 6. You want to make 25. How much? What's the gap there? What's the difference? Is that 18, 19?
Let me pull up my calendar. Yeah. So 25,000.
Yeah.
Minus
Yeah.
7,000.
Yeah.
So about $18,000 extra dollars a month that happening.
Okay, so you're losing 18,000 a month right now.
Okay. For example, Johnny Mao.
Months 5 years ago. That's a lot of months right there. 15,000 times 12 months times 5 years, it's $900,000. I'm not saying that it's like, oh my god, it's money that you will have not made. Like, I'm not saying you would have made that if you were to go back in time and do it. However, like you said, there is the opportunity cost of like, what if.
So yeah, I paid quite a lot of money to understand like this and actually the Miro boards, but I'm going to go over it in this video right here. So with the appointment setting framework, setting them down is this. You have the tangible problem, you have the experience of the tangible problem, you have the cause of experience, and you have the time frame experience of tangible. So the moment someone signs up into your intake forms, you phone them, say, hey, is this X? You reached out to us actually about a form that you filled out looking to possibly get some help with an AI system. Does that sound about right? Okay, so walk us through your process right now. Okay, amazing. So what were you hoping could possibly change for you by looking into this? What are you currently doing day to day? And what do you feel is keeping you from where you actually want to be? And how long has that been sitting with you? Okay, amazing. So I point you the right way and I don't waste your time. When you decide to fix something like this properly, are you in a position to put something behind it, or is that further down the line? And then after you financially qualify them, you assume the close. You close the call on the setting call. So what I mean by that is the sales call. So when you ring them, you need to get them to hop on a sales call with you. Why? Because at the end of the day, they've signed up for a reason. They have a pain that they want to solve. And it's not about just taking people's money. Bro, they have a pain that you need to solve. That it's an amana. Allah has put these people through your doors. So you need to help them. You need to actually help guide them to their problem. Because you can't tell people, this is what's wrong, this is what's wrong, this is what's wrong. You must make them understand their problems by themselves, by helping them guide themselves, right? So the whole framework is pretty long, but after that, you want to send that lead to a group chat with a closer and send trust assets and 1 hour reminder before the call. So trust assets, something like this. Is it content? Is it doubt? Is it Deen in business? Is it feeling behind? It's basically like a 5 to 10 minute video that they must watch. After that, right, you need to run the 9-stage sales call framework. So actually, before we go into that, everything that's underlined here, this is something that you can't really teach on a YouTube video like this, because this is all tonality. Everything is tonality. You see how it says possibly, feel, properly? These are neutral language. So feel, possibly, there's two sides of your brain. There's the logical brain and there's the emotional brain. Okay, there's the logical side and there's the emotional side. People buy on the emotional side, so you must keep people on that frequency, on that thinking state. Why? Because logically, people don't buy from logic. They buy from what they feel is good for them, what they feel. If people take action from emotion, okay? You could give someone the best deliverables, the best bonuses, the guarantees and stuff like that, but why did they invest into you? Because they want to save more time so they can invest into their family. So this business owner right here can attend his son's graduation without being overworked, right? That's why he invested, not because of this, not because of bullet point 1, 2, 3, 4, 4. It's because he wants to have more time. Why does he want more time? So he can invest into his kids, so he doesn't miss out on his kids growing up. So he doesn't ask his kid, oh, why does dad have no money? So yeah, let's go on to the sales call. So there's a 9-step procedure. There's opener, situation, problem awareness, alignment, success phase, reality check, presentation, and then logistical objection, and then fear/fear loop. So with the opener, tonality is everything here. You want to make the prospect laugh. You want to say, Assalamu alaikum, bro, how you been? How's everything? Man, just just being tested by God, man. Or just being boring, just being on my laptop. You want to make them laugh, because if you make them laugh, they release dopamine, and these dopamine receptors lowers sales friction. Because at the end of the day, the best sales process doesn't feel like a sale. It just feels like you're a genuine guy, because that's what you want to do, right? Sales is just getting people to take the right action for them. So now we're in situation problem awareness. You basically want to ask them what is the issue and make them realize the issue themselves. So one thing that you can ask is, okay, amazing, just kind of walk me through with what you do right now. What were you looking to explore or maybe fix in this call? All right. Okay, so besides this, do you at least like the process that you're using right now? Okay, that doesn't sound too bad. Is there anything you would change about your current workflows? Give a problem. And after that, what you want to say, okay, what do you feel like you may be doing or not doing when it comes to automating your workflows? That's not allowing you to have more time in the first place. Now you're in alignment, okay? They might say something like, okay, they might give a problem, or they might say, I don't know. If they say, I don't know, you could say, well, have you ever considered that the reason this keeps happening is because you don't have the right system in place that can help you save a lot more time that is meant to be used on keeping the ball rolling with your business? Well, in your process right now, what do you have in place with AI? So the manual tasks you used to do are all completed just by running simple commands, and having background running agents or client fulfillment is always up to speed. Well, do you see by you not having these AI systems in place, you're staying in the same place, because by the time you finish client work, it's already 10 p.m. and you haven't moved the needle with your business, right? Because I don't want to be assuming anything, but you not having the right skills to know to get AI to automate workflows while also building on top of previous knowledge. What impact do you see that having on your time? Actually, my bad. That was the problem awareness phase. Now you're in alignment, okay? You made them realize the problem. You've made them realize the situation. And now you want to not attack, but you want to reframe their belief and then climb that identity. Because in situation and problem awareness, You make them realize that referrals is the issue, ads is the issue, lack of energy is the issue, what's it causing them, and what's it having an impact on. For example, if referrals is the issue, the cause is there's no knowledge of acquisition systems. They haven't invested or done anything outside the free. What's the impact of that? There's no consistency or predictability, slow growth, and there's frustration. No ads, no knowledge again, haven't invested into anything. What's the impact of that? No consistency or predictability, slow growth, and frustration. Another example is marketing and visibility challenges. Lack of knowledge around creating engaging hooks and retaining viewers through the ad. What's that affecting? What's the impact of that? Lead quality and volume. Sales team impacts. Low close rates and barely taking calls. What does that mean? The sales team quits, which means the sales team is frustrated, which means the owner's taking their calls, which means you can't make time for fulfillment. So that is specifically for marketing. People have a marketing problem. Now you're in alignment. Right here, you're basically asking them who they need to become, right? So what have you done in the past to get to having more time by implementing AI or improving your AI agency besides just YouTube books and that sort of stuff? So this is where you pre-handle objections. Right here, if they say nothing, right, you basically say, okay, what's kind of stopped you? Is it time, or is it, if they say time, money, you basically say, okay, there's two types of people in terms of business. The people that say they can't, which means they won't, which means they'll never do it, or the person that says, I'm going to be resourceful with what I have right now so I can actually do it. Or another reframe that I actually watched today, which is really good, is, okay, let me ask you a question. What is the benefits of not having the time and not having the money? It means the benefits, I can't really say it. Just try. I guess you work harder. Yeah, you work harder. And what impact does that have on your family, on your business, on everything? You actually get the results that you want, right? So Allah says in the Quran, if you are grateful, I will raise you. And raise you, like, bro, if you are grateful with what Allah has given you, you will be more resourceful. So when harder challenges come in the future, you can already face it. Because, bro, if you've been working 40, 50 hours and you manage to start a business, what else? Like, it can't get any harder than that. So now we're in the success phase. In success phase, let me ask you a question. Which prospect is more likely to buy? You have the amateur guy says, I need help finding systems or stuff like that, or the professional wizard. I want someone looking over my shoulder telling me which systems to go towards, what to avoid based on what they've had experience with. And I want someone to get on a call with me and show how to implement these systems rather than watch a video. You want to get at least 3 buying values, okay? 3 buying values. Buying values. 3 things that they want. What is it that they want and how do they want it to be delivered? So now we're in reality check. In reality check, you want to make sure that they realize the consequence of their action. Well, with how you're doing things now, how close are you to being able to achieve what they just told you? Okay, so it's great, like, we know where we want to go, but there's the other side of the coin, which is the consequence of, like, if we don't do something right. And I'm a big believer, and you have to explore both. People always want to consider success without failure, and that's why they end up failing. So what if you never get to experience what it's like to X because you keep avoiding it because it's hard, saying that you don't have money because you don't make the time for it? Negative. I wouldn't let that happen. Bro, like, I don't doubt your motivation at the end of the day, but if I put Usain Bolt in a 100-meter race for a gold medal, he's going to run fast. But if I put a lion behind him, he's going to run a lot faster. So that's my question, is what happens if nothing changes and things stay the same? Are you willing to sell for that life as a reality? All right, so do you feel like it's possibly time for a change then? And I heard a quote the other day. It said, the demons you don't face in this lifetime, your kids will face. So do you feel like it's time to commit to that and face these demons? So now with presentation, what you want to do is link the gap to the goal by presenting it in 3 stages. You know how you mentioned finding clients that are bought into you is an issue right now. So what we do for our clients is X, Y, Z. So after you do the presentation, there's a little heat check. It's too tiny to be created, but it's basically a temperature check. All right, bro. So just based on everything I went over, do you feel like it can get you to where you want to be? All right, so the whole program is 10K. Let them speak. So after that, they're going to give you logistical objections. What you want to do is get them to be committed and to prevent that thing ever happening again. All right, bro, so what is the reason you booked on this call in the first place? To make money, to make time. Basically, give them a reframe. It's quite easy. I'll give you guys a reframe right here. All right, so money aside, would you do it? Okay, because to share perspective on the money, because I've been there as well. Like, which one's more risky? You staying where you're at and then eventually your children inheriting the demons you face today, or overcoming the hurdle of not having the money and start aiming for getting the skill set you need to have the time for what truly matters? So you not having the money right now, do you feel like that's the problem or the symptom of the problem? Problem, symptom. Well, how do you make money, right? If you had the skill set, what would you have? The money. Boom. If they keep objecting, like if they keep having logistical objections, they go into fear, and fear loop. I wish someone had told me this earlier. After 3 reframes, just give it up, man. Right? There's someone on the other side of the screen, there's someone that doesn't know you, that is willing to pay more money. They just don't know about you yet. Content is the biggest lever that you can pull. With these sales process, 30 minutes max. I will be completely honest, 30 minutes max. All right. So now you've done stage 3. Stage 4, onboarding and fulfillment. After that, straight after the investment has landed, you need to bam fam, book a meeting from a meeting ideally the next day. Run the onboarding command. If you don't have that set up, you have to manually get these details. Number, email, availability, deposit confirmed, how much left to pay, what offer they're on, time zone, source, so DM, referral, webinar, and Discord handle. So with my command, I have an onboarding command, and this gets sent to them. Okay, so for example, assalamu alaikum Ks, yada yada yada, your onboarding form, Notion dashboard, WAP access, your Discord invite, and then obviously, may Allah put barakah in this journey. Excited to get started. They fill out onboarding form, so you have more data for the AI to repurpose into content. So now you have the onboarding call. This is the determining factor in the client staying for a week or for a very long time. So you have the deliverables, process, support system. So with deliverables, literally what you're going to give them. So this is what I give my clients. I give them the 80 plus command operating system, the video modules, the consulting system, the content system, the Miro boards, the sales work, the full sales appointment setting for Miro, the closing Miro and stuff like a few more Miros as well. So process, what 6 weeks or 6 months will look like with you, how the coaching process will go and why they need to attend the calls. Done with your group coaching, week 1 is good because XYZ, week 2 is good because XYZ. What is their brand? I get them to fill out the brand sheet as well. So now they're not just lost. They know who their clientele is, who they're trying to attract, the brand identity, what makes them stand out, their business identity, what they're actually providing, competitor research, status, and then once they fill that out, they literally feed it to the AI system so we can automate lead acquisition. Boom. You also have support, Discord support. They have office hours and then tickets, and there's also the WhatsApp group support. For example, there's going to be people that are going to be stuck, right? So what I've done with my group, which you can do for your group as well, is make sure that you get so many people in so many different markets. There's people that in the group that runs AI growth up, AI appointment setter, AI web design, what else? AI consulting. So Stages 1 to 4 solves these problems. Leads not seeing the value of your offer, finding leads, not knowing how to book and close clients, and how to keep clients paying you. Stages 1 to 4 gets you enough cash because CAC is practically zero and your LTV is already high. Core offer is what scales you. Your core offer must be the next logical thing to your attraction offer, and it must be named and so unique that people cannot put you in a category. Okay? Your core offer must solve the biggest constraint, time, and then get them to the end goal, which is money. So for example, with the pay system, it's just the 80 plus commands. I have the daily operating rhythm, the content production, the quality gates, the sales, the DM market intelligence, the client fulfillment and onboarding, the design to site pipeline, the system maintenance, and then learning and relationships. So this things outside of business. I'm not gonna go over everything here because the video is getting quite long. So you have the daily rhythm. So the gap before was Musa waking up not knowing what matters most. Before, guessing all day. After, a clear list is ready before you even sit down. It's how every morning the machine reads his calendar and to-do list and hands him one short briefing, and at night it asks what went wrong today and it remembers it so it doesn't happen again. So like these are routines, this is my calendar, these are my today's high priority list. There's content production, so turning customers' words into videos. The gap before was staring at a blank page, wondering what to film. I was guessing randomly. After, the ideas the audience already proved they want is given to me. How? The machine reads a file called the language bank, a notebook full of exactly what people said in the DMs. Then it reads the heat map, which ranks those topics from triple, super hot to warm, and topics that paying clients said get a special gold star because someone paid money for that problem, so it's the most real. Only then does it write ideas, always using the customer's own words. Then another command turns the best idea into full script, which must include a real checked hadith or verse if I'm including hadiths or verses in there. The DM intelligence, to give you guys a bit of context, listens to the market. There's great clues in the DMs and they just disappear before the conversations gets forgotten, right? We message people and realize that this real problem right here can be turned into content. After, every clue is saved and sorted. How? The machine opens Instagram, scrolls all the way down first, or it would miss messages, reads the conversations and copies the juicy bits, people's pains, wishes, and how much does it cost signals into the language bank. Then it instantly rebuilds the heat map. This is the start of the conveyor belt that feeds section 2. So how you do that is Claude extension. It just reads it for you, and it takes control of that. So now, what's next? You have quality gates as well. There's sales recording, so you can automate an AI sales coach. There's fulfillment onboarding, for example, people like which clients are active, which clients behind, which clients are on track, and basically an AI client success manager. Design site, you can run an AI website design agency alongside, like I'm running 22 websites alongside my business. The system maintenance, keeping everything in sync, learning relationships, remembering people in books, right? So in one sentence, what the AI system does: someone DMs Musa, the machine saves the words, ranks them by what's hottest, turns the hottest one to a video script, safety checks it, posts it, that attracts a sales call, the machine scores the call and logs the sale 7 ways, onboards the client and takes care of them weekly and writes down every lesson so the machine gets smarter tomorrow. So how everything connects: you have the profile, your client's personalization, which they fill out on day 1 from the onboarding call, and every Fathom recording captures client profile in case you miss things out, is recorded. You have the 70 plus commands plus Vault system for automated workflows with everything. You have Calibrate, which is I have an 8-week sprint roadmap. They must fill this out, and that's for ongoing support tweaks until, for example, 10 clients. If you give out a guarantee for 10 clients close. The engine, the automated jobs, CSM. Basically, all you have to do is run daily fulfillment command. VAs, process inbox command, create direction, scan DM plus script command, which happens automatically. Sales coach, scan sales call command. So no matter which stage you are at, there's never been a more profitable time with businesses, all due to AI. Everything is cheaper, faster, and better. And you can reduce costs by replacing a few things, or you can scale your entire team by giving them the pay system too. So now we're going to go over the actual machine, paid ads. So now you add everything you learned here plus AI on top. You have an offer that converts and an ad strategy that converts. This is like putting your business on steroids because Meta targets the people who wants to see your content. So with Meta's new Andromeda algorithm, which launched October 2025, it reads your ad creative with AI to find the right audience. So you no longer manually target. Your job shifts from picking audiences to producing lots of good creatives. How Andromeda differs from the old algorithm. Old tested ads on your group, learned from people who filled out forms, then targeted similar people. The new way of the AI targeting, how it targets people, is it reads the creative itself, identifies who it speaks to, and serves it only to them. Lower CPL, cost per lead, and built to handle 50 to 100 plus creative variations at once. Ads are easy to follow. Just follow this format and test for different angles: static / video. You have an ICP call out, extreme value, plus risk reversal. So the steps for testing: test different hooks, same values and same CTA, see which hook converts the most, use the hook from the previous test, different value, see which value converts the most, and you get the point, right? 50 hooks, 10 values, and 3 CTAs, and the best ads are proof ads, right? Proof. If you can run ads on those, just do it, and you'll see how much they convert. So now, leads come in, and repeat appointment setting and closing framework in stage 3 and stage 4. Then begin the whole cycle. So now you have everything you need to scale, but what's next? You need to create cross-sell, upsell, downsell, and retainment models. So service businesses follow this typically. You have a product, you market it, you close it, you fulfill it, you reactivate, and then you run referrals or joint ventures. So with cross-sells, you have content offers X sales offers. With paid ads, you have paid ads X fulfillment, and you can run endless variations. Retainers that you can run: paid ads, content, sales team, fulfillment, and reputation management companies. With this, you can put AI as your unique mechanism, and you can have so many companies running this. What's your downsell? Low ticket school, one-to-one consulting calls, or it could just be your main offer just with fewer deliverables, or you offer and split payments. Upsells, the next thing that they need, which is content, ads, sales, one-to-one, done with you, done for your DIY. So time the next offer perfectly and always sell at the peak of deprivation. And how I scale my clients is implementing the exact funnel I just walked you through. So yeah, that's from me. If you want the AI second brain, just get it from the link in the bio with the workbook. But that's from me. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.